tell us about your podcast and then, maybe touch on some of these individual organizations that you're communicating with for the podcast.
I'm glad you asked about the podcast. It's one of the projects that has been a huge part of my fellowship with the Youth Studies program is having the time to actually be able to invest because it is not a small production. So the podcast is called No Such Thing. You can subscribe and download wherever you
Google Play.
Wherever you get podcasts. And the focus of No Such Thing is about sort of debunking the myth that there's any one panacea for the problems that we face in youth development and education, certainly as a country, but even more globally. And really digging into what are the things that are working, where is the innovation, both in the places that we think it is, and then also where's the hidden innovation in the spots where we just didn't realize it was happening. The catch for me is that I sort of swore at the outset of producing this thing that I wasn't going to have more conversations about what's good for young people without young people involved. Mm-hmm. So most episodes when I'm inviting an organization to come and talk about what they do, I require that they bring alum or current students so that if I ask a question about what your intended impact is, I can turn to the young person to their left or right and say, so what is the impact? What are you taking from this? And not only is that important for the listeners to hear, but it's also important for the organizations to hear. And there's such rich dialogue that happens between practitioners and in some cases program founders and the young people who come through their doors. For me, the excitement is not people accessing my voice, it's that they're accessing the voice of this field and so many young innovators in it.
That's awesome. It's funny you said that's wonderful advice about thinking about just one person, and that's kind of how I've been feeling like with all of this stuff on my mind. I'll put on NPR and I hear a piece and I'm like, oh, I can bring this back to class, or I see something on the news, but the podcast is literally feels like it's made for me.
Good.
So that's wonderful.
Great.